Hey guys, welcome back. So from whatever modules we discussed in the previous videos, we are now going to go through the practical examples. So the first one before we get started is you need to install certain libraries. The first one we need is pip install OpenAI and pip install Langchain. So these are the two libraries we need, and I'll be sharing this workbook after we complete this series. So in this video, we would be looking at three main concepts here. So we would be looking at the concept of LLM, how we can use multiple models with Langchain. The next one is prompt template concept, and the third one would be the concept of chain. So this is what we'll cover in this video. And once you install OpenAI and Langchain, the next one you need to do is get your OpenAI key and initialize it. So for that we have done import OS and os.environ, where this is my API key, and I would be removing this key as soon as our video is over. So LLM basically is a generic interface to support multiple LLM providers, and I provide you the link to see all the models that OpenAI supports. So for this purpose of the course, I am just assuming we will be using OpenAI, and as an assignment you can go ahead and see how to use Hugging Face for this. So this is what I'll be covering in this. So for the first one, so we already have seen how to use OpenAI directly. So what we are testing here is through Langchain. When we use OpenAI, would we get the same output? That's all we are doing from this. So if you look at the code snippet here, from Langchain library.llms import OpenAI, and here in LLM we are calling OpenAI and passing temperature equal to 09. We have already looked at multiple parameters we can pass to OpenAI and different models. You are free to go ahead and play with this. So my purpose here is to generate a username for a generative AI company, and for this I'm calling print of LLM of text. So text here is my prompt, which is the non-optimized one. So let's see what it generates. The previous one it gave was generative AI soft. So let me see what it would give us here. Okay, so it gave generative AI solutions. If I run it again, it would probably give Gen AI software solution. So you are going to get multiple names every time. So this is not an optimal way of doing it, because the prompt here is not optimized. So Langchain facilitates prompt management and optimizations. In any normal sequences, you can use LLM in an application. We'll be sending input directly to LLM. Instead, we need to take the user input, construct a prompt, and then send that optimized prompt to the LLM. So if you look at this, can Joe Biden have a conversation with Abraham Lincoln? No, Joe Biden cannot have, as he is long deceased. So similarly, instead of doing this directly, how we can construct a prompt? So question can Joe Biden have a conversation with Abraham Lincoln? And let's think step by step and answer here. And the prompt is giving it. So it says no, Joe Biden and Abraham Lincoln cannot have a conversation because Abraham Lincoln passed away in that specific year and Joe Biden is still alive. And similarly, like what we did here we have a custom prompt, we passed it here, but can we make use of templates to make it more generic? So that's basically where we did from Langchain import prompt template, and we repeated that prompt here, and here we are calling the prompt template and template equal to template for input variable where we pass it as a list. Here I'm passing the question here. So question, what we have defined here as a variable, we are reusing that here, and here in prompt.format we actually are defining the actual question, and yeah, and then we are passing this as so whatever it generates here, we can't link it and send it to LLM prompt again, because we are finding it's not serial. It's basically a type mismatch issue. So to overcome this is where we would be making use of something called chain. So chain basically is combines multiple LLMs and prompts in a multi workflow, and this is how it would work here. So and I'm using LLM chain here. So if you go check the source here, I will be attaching this document, or we'll cover it after this video. There are multiple other options you can use, one for chatbot, or one for Q&A, or one for semantic search. So there are multiple ones you could go ahead and use. This is not the only one. This is just to understand the concept of chaining. So here what I did here is whatever output we got from the question, if you have to pass it back to here, so LLM chain.run of question would help us integrate the output from the previous step, which we could not pass here, as a workflow here. So in the follow-up video, we would be looking at agents, memory, document loader, and indexes. So you will have access to this workbook. I hope this helped, and thank you for joining. And make sure to use your own API key. This key would not work for you, so don't rely on this key. Make sure you generate your own keys for the purpose of this tutorial. So thank you for joining.